welcome back to the Paplaszlo Sports Arena here in Budapest. We just appear to have a power outage. No doubt that they will get that sorted out very quickly, but it's the first time that I can remember us having anything like this. Most unusual. Loretta Cusack-Doyle is sitting alongside me. I'm no doubt we'll get underway soon, yeah?
I'm quite sure we will, and I hope so, because there's some really exciting stuff coming up very shortly indeed. So bear with us, and for what's going to be a very exciting afternoon of judo.
We've got 4 weight categories to bring you on day 2 of competition here in Budapest. It's the under 63 and under 70 kilo category for women, and the under 73 and under 81 kilo categories for men. We'll give you the rundown or the lineup of the upcoming contests in a minute, but we'll just go over a little bit about what we saw earlier today for those of you that are joining us just for this final block. Who was it that caught your eye, Loretta?
Well, in the under 63 kilo category, Leski didn't let us down as far as her performance was concerned. She gave a good account of herself, but she was up against a very tough opposition, Noichi from Japan, and lost to get into the final. But she'll battle away later on in a few minutes' time for a bronze medal. So there's still a possibility of her getting on that podium, which makes her very consistent in these Grand Prix and Grand Slams that we've seen her participate in. That we've also got Vermeer Sané of the Netherlands, who's a very young athlete that's coming through, and is in 2015 was cadet world champion, and in The Hague last year, the belt medal last year, was medalist there, along with a junior world silver medalist. So this is someone that is really showing great potential, that had a wonderful performance here, and will be battling also for a bronze medal. So it'll be interesting to see how those two athletes come in their individual bronze medal fights.
We'd been talking a little bit about the difficulty faced by Andrea Leski, the number 1 seed here in the 63 kilo category. She's from Slovenia, but you know, if we talk in like this little English phrase that we got, to have a monkey on your back, is the fact that she is the number 2 in her country, and she's, you know, I don't say the understudy or the backup, but she is the number 2 to Tina Tersteniak, the current Olympic champion, and former world champion as well.
And I think this is a bit of ingredients to her success as well. When you're rubbing shoulders with someone that is a phenomenal athlete like Tersteniak, only success, I'm a great believer that success breeds that success. This is someone that she can look at and go, do you know, I want to be that person, I want to have those same results. If she can do it, so can I. And I think this is what we're seeing. Well,
it looks as though we are about to get underway. Maybe these are those sort of lights that bit by bit they grow once they've been off, but certainly looks as though Lubomir Peter, the referee from Australia, has been given the signal to get things underway. And the first of the bronze medal matches features Sanne Vermeer of the Netherlands. She's up against Agata Ozdobach of Poland. It'll be Vermeer in the white judogi and Ozdobach in blue. And as I said earlier, I'm sitting alongside former world champion Loretta Cusack-Doyle. That feels a little bit more as though the lights are coming back on.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, Sanne Vermeer from the Netherlands just marched on, and what a serious face that young lady is producing.
Game face.
That's a definite game face, up for action and to right. Her performance today, like I said, has been outstanding. Both of these young ladies are deserving this medal, but only one will be able to take this home to their country. Ozdoba Black there from Poland in the blue. Well, bronze medalist. A little bit more experience than her Dutch opponent, but based on performances here today and the journey that both these ladies have taken to get to this crucial point, well, Vermeer for me has been an outstander. She really has, but at the moment she's struggling a little bit here, as you can see, with the pace of this contest. And Ozdobelak there really dominating with the grips and being first to the punch.
Ozdobelak just showed for a split second that stand-up Seoinage. She just went across her opponent there and missed the chance, but looked dangerous. Single Shido against the Polish fighter. 2:54, so we've got plenty of time left on the clock.
A little bounce there from Ozdobelak, who looks very lively and determined. Got good condition.
It's a nervous time, not just for the fighters in the middle. They're underway, so you know the adrenaline's rushing. They're going. The coaches, you know, you can see the tension. Yeah.
And that's the thing. Even in this arena, it's not full capacity, but there is a lot of tension. People, like I was talking earlier on, that they were saying that it was sometimes it went very quiet. But it was the tension. It wasn't due to lack of engagement in this this arena. It was just that it was so intense in the performances that we were seeing.
Yeah, she's managed to catch
the
up.
Makakomi there. So there is a Wazari.
There's plenty of time here for Sana Femir. The good thing is that she's penalty free and she's strong enough, she's brave enough, she's gutsy enough.
Well, that's the thing. She is. There's no doubt about that. You're totally right there. When you say gutsy, well, this is a really gutsy young lady. And as we saw, as she came onto the field of play, her face, it was that stern, determined.
Couldn't follow that missed Seoinage effort up there with a foot sweep at the end. That's asking a lot. You know, it's so easy to sit here and say they should have done that, they should have done that, but
Sana Femir is really, she's taken second best at the grips at this particular moment. She's standing her ground. She's not getting ragged about, but she really isn't taking the most dominant position in this contest. And this has been totally dominated by this young lady from Poland. She draws her into the Niwaza, looks for an opportunity there, but Sana Femir really isn't having any of it. Comes straight back off onto her feet. She knows she's got to get her score back. She's really got to start engaging a little bit more in this contest. She's got to step her game up just that little bit more now. She's capable of doing it. She's got half a minute. Can she pull this through? Well, we've seen things happen in the last seconds of every contest, but I think she's really up against the defensive arms there, and which is the second Shido, so
she won't make another error now. She won't commit another error.
You would hope not. It would be an absolute crime leading there, but she has picked up those two Shidos, which always makes you very uncomfortable.
Just gave that little turn there, a suggestion of an attack, but for me, she'd already closed up shop, avoided going off the area. She did just what she had to do, and she did just enough.
Just that little bit more maturity in her judo and experience was just the thing that had the edge against the Dutch girl, and that was all. But we're going to see some really good, exciting judo in future from this young lady from the Netherlands, Sana Femir.
Yeah, a couple of things that she may want to try and improve on. You're never quite sure just how much room for improvement a fighter has. But Agatha Ozdobelak takes the first of the bronze medals in the under 63 kilo category. We've got a second bronze medal contest coming up shortly. That features Stephanie Tremblay of Canada She'll be up against Andrea Leszki of Slovenia.
And there's highlights of that very match there.
And joining Loretta Cusack-Doyle for commentary on this one will be Anthony Corelli.
Well, there's, as you can see, a frozen of the picture, and it's not an ideal look for the Dutch coach.
Is he scratching his head there?
It looks like he has a real scratch there, doesn't he? A real itch that needs to be scratched.
Or he's cleaning his ear or something.
Yeah. But of all times for a camera to freeze. Well, we've watched these athletes today battle away to this crucial point where it all counts, a medal. And some vital Olympic qualification points as well, which is really important. And we have Tremblay of Canada that will be coming up very shortly in the white, and she'll be up against the number 1 seed from Slovenia, and that's Leszki. This, we said before the break, this was going to be a bit of a humdinger. It was going to be a tough match.
This is a tough match for Tremblay. But I mean, there's so many things on the line here. One, you're competing against the number 1 ranked fighter in the world. And two, this, I imagine a medal gets a lot more points in terms of qualifying the Olympics.
Definitely, no doubt about it. And
oh, we have our lights back on the mat there.
Right, well,
now it's a little overexposed.
Yeah, can hardly see the color on the tatami.
Yeah, hopefully she doesn't have the nerves coming in here, and she's going to enjoy this and get out there and just have some fun. It's so hard to remember at the time, obviously.
Oh, yeah. But as a competitor yourself, did you ever think, when someone says to you, just go out and have some fun? I remember I was like, my stomach was churning. Fun? No, I couldn't wait for it to finish.
Yeah, it's almost insulting when someone, fun! Victory is fun. That's the only thing that's fun.
It. That's exactly. When I get on that podium, then I'll be having some fun. But before then, I'm in knots, absolute knots. So it'll be interesting to see, though, how, and it is all about the being able to compose themselves and the maturity in their judo, whether they can balance that while they are out there, to channel all the pre-match nerves into being able to perform. And that can they just get so nervous, and there's some cases that they've looked into that, the psychology of judo, psychology of sport. They say that something like 80% of ability is lost through nerves.
Wow.
Totally lost in nerves. You just lose all ability to be able to function. I find that really bizarre. It's scary to think if someone can be that nervous that they just cannot perform.
I actually had a moment where it was in the U.S. Open. I was fighting someone from the Dominican, and I was down halfway, and I had this epiphany during the match where I said, "What am I doing? I can beat this guy. I'm just not performing for." And I made the switch and destroyed him, and came back and beat him. And from that moment forward, I was a much better fighter from that. I just was holding something back. Yeah,
and I think that it does, someone that has a very strong mind and the ability on the worst day to be able to just say, right, well, just put this together. The body's most probably not function as well as it would hope to, whether it's through injury, just bad preparation, but I know I've got the ability to win even on my worst days. I can do something here.
As a coach now, that's a challenge for me to be able to extract that from athletes.
Yes.
I have one athlete who's better than his results. I know he's better. I've practiced with him, and we're making little steps, and he's having moments of realization, and when he wins, it's such a breakthrough. And it's very emotional because I'm like, you see, I knew it.
That's it. And you want it for them so much as a coach, but it's out of your control, isn't it? Totally out of your control. It's the hardest thing as being a coach. And I remember post-analysing events with young athletes as I worked with the juniors, and used to say, well, how did you feel? And the first thing they would say, felt crap.
Yeah.
You go, well, can we analyze that a little bit more? Can we understand what that word means to you?
Yeah.
Because it means nothing to me. Yeah, you didn't have the greatest performance. But here we have Tremblay and we have Leski in the blue. So this is, like we said, well, the world ranking, as you can see, 32 to 5. There's a little bit further up that. But really in this level of competition, that ranking really doesn't, it can change so quickly, so drastically with medals that you produce on these events.
Yeah, we saw matches today determined in the final second.
Oh, yes.
And I mean, anything can happen. This is judo. Sometimes trying to harness the emotions and whether it's stress or pain or, you know, loss or something you've experienced traumatic throughout the year, and trying to convert that into motivation and power. I guess that would be the real secret, right? If you could do that.
Oh, definitely. I just love analysing the body languages of athletes. I look at them and you sort of tend to think, deep, what's going on right now in their heads?
Yep, here it
How
goes.
are they feeling? Some are able to just mask everything that's inside.
Tremblay right away, coming with a left-handed grip. And Leski looks so strong.
Yeah, she looks comfortable,
Okay.
doesn't she? First attack out there, Leski sort of puts her mark on the pace of this contest, says, right, this is me. I'm up for this now. I'm going to be in first. I'm going to take control. Now, Tremblay really has to sort of come back on that as if to say, yeah, if that's what you want, let's bring it on.
It's funny, some fighters, in order to get their maximum, reflexes, they have to keep bouncing and keep moving, and some can be slow, like Leski is right now. I mean, she's obviously ready to pounce at any moment, but looks like Tremblay has to keep that kind of energy going.
Just nice and light and keep herself alert.
Clock is really ticking. We're down to 3 minutes already, almost.
Oh, I had a sneezing fit.
Look at the focus.
It's like they're staring and burning into each other's eyes, really, isn't it? It's so deep, the concentration there, and that's what's so important. You cannot have a lapse of concentration. It could be all over and done with a split second.
Leski really has a dominant grip right here, and Stephanie's in trouble. She has to just survive this encounter and hopefully get a better grip next time.
That's it. Well, she came in for that Cianagi.
Look at this.
Just left herself short there, and there's Leski, where she feels very comfortable, and that's the knee wazza, and the choke is on.
Oh,
The
shoot.
shimmy wazza is there.
It's
and
two fingers left on there. If she can just break that grip. Oh, break it. Come on, pull. And she's got it out, I think. Wow.
Well, she did very well. I was actually gritting my
Ooh.
teeth together and hanging on for her. She did look uncomfortable. Leski, for most probably full admiration that she was able to defend against that. I really did think that was all over and
Excellent
done with
camera angle, too, to catch that
great,
emotion,
yes.
the panic, and the two fingers. You could really see that
She was
playing out.
hanging on for dear life there.
And even though she got out, she could still see some stars.
You can look now at the expression on her face. She looks a little bit dazed out there. Once more, Leski really has the more dominant grip. She's come in on the inside. She now starts to creep around the back there, as you can see, looking to draw her opponent on, but she's also controlling the movement of the hips of Tremblay, where she comes in for that Cianagi.
She's definitely ahead in the power department. You can just see by her posture and the way she's gripping, and she's controlling the grip. And she's much more stationary.
Well, Tremblay circling motion around her opponent, trying to look for a different angle to come in rather than direct on. She knows that she's getting slightly outpowered on these grips, and really has to now come up with a different solution here to be able to counteract that.
Yeah, when you look at them, I wouldn't even think they're in the same division. Leski looks so much thicker and stronger.
She looks powerful, doesn't she? Well, Tremblay really has struggled now. Will this be? There's the third and final Shido, and sadly, well, no, Leski is picking up. I thought Tremblay would have picked up that third and final Shido with this. Leski down one Shido, Tremblay 2. Well, just under a minute.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Countered.
she overstretched herself, left herself wide open there. Very vulnerable for the counter.
Yeah.
And Lesky was just, with that dominant grip, was able to counter it really nicely.
Yeah, lefty versus lefty. She was a little bit off balance. She was able to just torque and just really just outpower her, basically.
Oh, that was definitely a very interesting match. But sadly for Tremblay, she was just not that little bit stronger. She really needs to sort of build up on that power. And like you said, there was a slight difference in size as well.
Yeah.
There was a lot more power generated from Lesky.
Well, top 5 is not too shabby. Hopefully she takes it away.
And it gives us some vital points. There's no doubt about it to move on.
Yeah, these are excellent points. Absolutely.
And there's some of the celebrations, and obviously for Tremblay at this moment she'll be very disappointed, but when she reflects on the overall performance today, she's had a very good innings and got a lot to be proud of.
Absolutely. She almost threw him.
She was ready to attack even off the mat.
I know what she was doing too. She was faking it, Pontinaghi, and going for Sotogari. She should have threw him, actually.
That would have been hysterical.
Who did that guy ever beat?
It's most probably one of their Olympic champions. And there you have those highlights. No doubt about who was the stronger on the day. And then for the Osota, and there you have it, the counter of the Osotogari. Beautifully done. Well, no question about that, and what a way to finish, and she'll be absolutely delighted with that. As you can see, it's written all over her face. Also for the coach. Very proud moment for him too. I'm quite sure it's very tempting for the athletes.
Well, we come now to the final of the under 63 kilo category. And the final features Noichi Ami of Japan. She's up against Martina Traidos of Germany. It's Noichi in the white judogi, Traidos in blue.
Well, Noichi obviously on paper could be the strongest contender for that gold medal. But Traidos has had an amazing innings here and has picked up some wonderful medals in the past few months. So for me, she's also a real contender, and it is really down to who can actually find it in this final.
The referee in the middle for this one is Cho Min-sun of the Republic of Korea, soon to be inducted into the International Judo Federation Hall of Fame.
Really,
I think. Well, here come the two fighters. Almost like a racehorse, with the ankles taped up in white, going as quickly as well.
Marching in there. Well, Traidos already for Germany, Paris, she took a bronze medal back in 2017, and also Ekaterinburg gold medal, and in the World Championships was 5th place. So this is someone that's been knocking on the door for a final position, and here she's got a chance. Can she take full advantage of that?
Well, the one thing that you're going to get with Martina Traidos is a combative and aggressive style.
Yes.
She's not afraid to go forward.
But Noichi, Ekaterinburg gold medalist, Hoihot also picked up the gold there, and a little bit of a clash there, but sportsmanlike shake to the hands, as if to say, like, only accident. Well, that's where you're going to get from these two young ladies a real
she gets another one.
A real physical approach to this, so determined. Well,
I said it was going to be combative.
Well, there definitely, like you said, Traidos very aggressive in her approach, a very feisty athlete. Kumikata cannot doubt her commitment of trying to get that dominating grip. both opting to control each other's sleeves, and this will be, if it continues, a mate situation because neither one of them are advancing forward to attacking. So both will pick up a Shido.
Yeah, it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other,
Yes,
as to whether it was going to be a penalty for passivity or just, for overly defensive gripping.
Yes, and that's where I think what was more obvious, it was that grip. Both hands were being pulled down, so very little to engage with an attack from there. The Sutemi was an attempt there with what looked to be the Tomonagi from Trados. But for her attempt, which the referee felt was a poor attempt, she picks up a second Shido. So for Trados, with 2.5 minutes to go, really is under a little bit more extra pressure than what was necessary for her, considering that she's up against a very tough opponent. Vital percentages given away at this moment. Noichi controlling the grips once more, opting for again that sleeve, trying to get a reaction out of her German opponent. But as you can see, neither one of them again engaging with an attack. So now if both take a Shido, well, it's 2 apiece. And I think what the referee most probably felt, Noichi was looking for her opponent and a negative approach to this contest by getting her opponent another and the third and final Shido. So she was instigating that latest move, which cost her a Shido. So now there's 2 apiece. Either one of these athletes make another mistake like that and it will forfeit the gold medal and the top spot of the podium. Trados using her feet to try and unstable her opponent. Circling motion gets her moving a little bit, but Noichi looking for that Osotogari. In that position, she'll possibly overstretch herself because Trados' weights forward, so to go to the rear in that position is going to be pretty difficult.
This pair are running the risk of both being disqualified here.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen that since the one occasion we had it. We've only had it on one occasion. Since then, I haven't seen another occasion when 2 fighters have come that close. But they are really coming to the edge here.
Trados, as you can see, trying to throw that left hand high over on the collar. She's been blocked slightly, but who is the most negative out there? Well, at this moment, they've gone back into that stalemate positioning, pulling down on either sleeve. Showing for the Osotogari, you have Noichi, but Trados. Well, there's the Uchimata. Oh, yes. Right on the bell and a Wazari.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't have made that any closer if you tried. Right on the bell.
I think when you see the replay, you'll see the landing. And I can understand the tactics of Trados here, but they did not result in her getting the result that she wanted. And if you accept that those were the tactics that she employed, and they were unsuccessful, then you have to follow that by saying they were the wrong tactics. Martina Trados is better than that. She's got better judo than that. But for whatever reason, her and her coach decided this was the way that they were going to approach this contest with Noichi. It hasn't been successful. They need to come up with a better plan because that plan didn't work. And she's better than that.
Well, I think she really went out underestimating her ability.
Yeah.
She really did. She took second best, and it was a way of coming out and spoiling rather than taking control.
She's a threat. You know, she's
got
tall,
nice
she's
judo.
leggy, she's got a good haraigoshi, a good uchimata. We've already seen that she's exceptionally difficult to get past as far as the grips are concerned. But now, instead of relying on that one aspect, you've got to bring the other things into.
Totally agree with you on that. It was a shame because by using those tactics really just spoilt Nouchi. And yet she did, that's what she went out to do, is just spoil what she was capable of
There's
doing.
the landing, down the side. I'm okay with that. If you just check the landing. Right, we've got a second set of bronze medals to deal with now. This is in the under 73 kilo category, and the first of these bronze medals features Giovanni Esposito of Italy. He's up against Arthur Margelidon of Canada. It'll be Esposito in the white judogi, Arthur Margelidon in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Amano Akiko, and with commentary on this one, here's Loretta Cusack Doyle.
Well, as you can see, Esposito there, one of my favourites performance, a young man that's come through this weight category of 57 athletes and finds himself here battling away for a bronze medal up against the Canadian. And you have Canadian Margelidon, who will be coming there, as you can see, just strutting in on our screen now onto the field to play.
This is interesting, as I'm actually a dual citizen with Italy and Canada, so I don't know who to vote for here.
I think what you have to say, you have to sit on the fence on this one.
I'll watch. Margelidon, I don't actually have a lot of experience watching. I haven't seen him in national competition, but it looks pretty good here today. And he's ranked pretty highly as well.
Yes, he is a very strong athlete. Well, both these had a very strong build up to this bronze medal fight. They've defeated and been defeated by some strong opponents, and both deserving a bronze medal. But
immediately floating over for that bow and arrow choke.
it was very, very nice, and he looks quite strong out there and very positive, the Canadian.
Whoa, wow, very nice.
Oh, nice. Scoring a Wazari. Margelidon there taking the lead and quite comfortably straight away. He looks so relaxed, don't he? Right on the tip of his shoulder.
Yeah, it looked like he may have tweaked his knee a little bit the way he came on with that strong Kochigari.
Nice sportsmanship, like.
I would have taken
Shake
his arm
there.
and thrown him if he did. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey.
Esposito really coming on now. He realizes
well,
he
that's
has
just
to.
made him a little bit angry now, hasn't it? He's sort of, it's shaken him up a little bit. Now he's starting to go into second gear. The Kochigari, the Ouchigari, a combination there of rear techniques, finds himself back down into the Niwaza on the receiving end of what looked to be an attempt for a choke there. But there's the
His knee really tweaked.
Nice.
Really
technique.
impressed with the transition from the Canadians from Tachiwaza to Newaza. Very, very seamless.
They're very, very quick, aren't they? They're quick to react, very sharp indeed when it comes down to their transition.
I wonder if that's oh man, he camouflaged that attack into a Sumegaishi, but it looked like he was actually going for an attack.
Yes, I wasn't quite sure what happened there. If any other time you would think, did they use the hand to accelerate that pull? And but obviously he didn't. But normally you would see that type of movement with the koichi and the leg grab to drive back. Sutemi Waza Tomonagi there, as he tries to draw him down. He obviously he favours the Niwaza, wants to get his opponent down into the ground.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a coaching thing, because or is it just a trend in judo today?
Well,
And again,
Sienagi once more. Now,
Ooh.
that's very close to a score there.
Wazari, it's done. It's over.
Yes, and a
Wazari,
Wazari
Awaseti Ippon.
Brilliant.
Very
Well,
impressive.
Well, Margelidon there turning round and actually reminding the referee that he already had a Wazari, so it was a Wazari Aseti upon because she wanted to continue the match apparently.
That's number 2. Wow, very impressive for a bronze medal.
Well, it was a great match, wasn't it?
I kind of wish I had a little more chance to watch him throughout the day, actually.
Yes, he's done extremely well, but what a confident performance.
Very confident, yeah. He didn't even break a sweat.
Yeah, he came out very determined, and look at that face. He, like you say, he's not even broke sweat. He looks very happy with that, and rightly so.
Yeah, what a relief going home with a medal.
Yeah, it's a long way to come without anything, isn't it?
This kid's getting all the autographs.
Yeah. He's first in line. I wonder if he'll attack the mascot.
I guess I'll go give him mine. Fine. I'll tell him I used to be the mascot. Yeah, not interested. That one kid wasn't interested at all.
He didn't want the autograph. And these were those sort of highlights of that very match.
You know what? Well, I am Canadian first.
So now you've actually put your loyalties no longer on the fence. That 50-50 Italian and Canadian is now full-blooded Canadian. Oh, that was Anthony
Corelli with slightly uncertain about where to go. But hey, in the end, he picked a winner.
He picked a winner.
Right, well, we'll hear from Anthony again because we've got another Canadian coming up
there's
in a few
Canadians
fights' time.
Up, isn't there? So the Canadian team have done really. Yesterday they did extremely well, didn't they? They were very close, somewhat close to the medals. Some did take a medal, 2 medals, 2 bronze yesterday. And today they're marching away.
In the meantime, we've got a second bronze medal contest coming up. Csaba Frigyes of Hungary faces Ganbata Odbaya of Mongolia. It's Csaba in the white judogi, Ganbata in blue. And
well, Csaba really is going to be up against this one, isn't he?
the referee in the middle for this one is Mariana dos Santos of Brazil.
Well, on paper, the number 1 seed, Ganbata of Mongolia, is obviously the strongest opponent for taking that bronze medal here today. But who says, with the crowd behind Csaba, as you can hear his name being called, you can hardly hear yourself think. They really have supported the Hungarian team throughout, and that has raised the performances of the athletes themselves.
He struggled in an earlier contest, Ganbata. I can't quite remember who it was, but he did struggle in one of them to get through. So perhaps there's a chink in the armour. We're not sure.
Saraiva, Portugal, that he actually struggled a little bit. I think that was in the third match. He had to buy the first round. He had Wagner in the second, but then on that third match, I think that's where the Portuguese just give him a little bit more of a run for his money. I'm sure it was that match that we were watching.
I think I was looking at the semi-final with
that one,
Ebenuma, which he
Ebenuma.
lost, of course. He struggled in that one. He was leading at one stage. I think there were 2 penalties against Ebenuma.
Yeah, that was right. Yeah, it looked like he was going to win it.
And then he just faded at the end, and Ebenuma threw him for Ippon, didn't he? Yeah.
Well, Csaba here in the white, representing Hungary, and Ganbata representing Mongolia in blue. This is the second bronze medal contest in the under 73 kilo category. 57 athletes participated in this weight category. Csaba really looking for the knee as he turns his opponent over, and the Osakomi is called. Can you believe it? The number 1 seed has been held down by Csaba of Hungary, and the clock ticks away nicely. I can't believe this.
He's not moving now.
And he doesn't seem to, something's not right. Well, the crowd erupt. An absolutely amazing achievement for this young man, Csaba of Hungary. Well, for some reason I sense that Gambata has an injury there. He was holding his shoulder, and I don't think he really was completely on form going into this bronze medal match. But you cannot take it away from this young man. Szabo takes the bronze medal and keeps it safely found in Hungary, Budapest. Now everybody wants his autograph.
Well, it's a big family. The Szabo judo family is a big judo family, and that was the sister that came leaping out there with that long blonde hair to give him a hug. And there's another sister as well who competes at under 52 kilos. There's three of them that are on that circuit.
That's lovely, isn't it? Well, you can see that shoulder's heavily strapped there from the Mongolian. Let's have a highlight. Well, it got pulled down to the ground, and he got pulled down quite easily there, didn't you see? He was on his, then got rolled over onto that shoulder. There was no resistance whatsoever.
No.
So I think there's a little bit more to it than
I think you're right. We can have a chat with Gambata afterwards, but it's after the event. But I think you're right.
There was no resistance. That turn, and he had the foot. He just...
There's a bit of pain there.
Yeah. No, there was definitely nothing being given there in that knee, was there? And look at the crowd. Look at the crowd. No, definitely something not right.
We come now to the final of the under 73 kilo category. Ebenuma Masashi of Japan faces Ungvari Miklos of Hungary. It'll be Ebenuma in the white judogi, Ungvari in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Oliver De Roses of France. Here's Loretta.
Well, Ungvari, is another favourite out here. He's already seen his teammate take the bronze medal, and he's definitely a crowd pleaser here today, performing out of his skin throughout the whole day.
That's a good point. What an inspiration as you come to the tatami. The crowd's cheering. You know it's going to be cheering for you anyway, but when you know it's cheering for one of your buddies who's just taken a medal, I mean, that's got to be an inspiration, hasn't it? Mind you, when you're walking out behind the double Olympic bronze medalist, 3 times world champion, it's a bit of a tall order. Mind you, Mickey's won a few medals at the Olympics, hasn't he?
That's right, yeah. Well, he's one of these that does rise to the occasion when it comes to a crowd being behind him. He loves to entertain, doesn't he? And will this be the stage that he needs to rise to that occasion? Well, Ebenuma, for me, has been phenomenal. He's been an amazing competitor here today, and interesting to see how he copes with this crowd on his back. Well, it's been a slow starter, hasn't it? It's been a very slow start, and picked up a few shidos along the way, where we just thought it could have all gone horribly wrong in the rounds as he progressed to this final. But Ungvari, again, he was challenged a few times, but seemed to be under that pressure, raise the level to then get through to the next stage. And he's really up for it, isn't he? He's coming out there, throws that right arm over the top, tries to go for the Ashiwaza, loses a little bit of control, and didn't just catch it that right. Ebenuma just coming in for the Koshiguruma, just missed the head, went for it, but just head got slipped out a little bit and lost a bit of control. Well, as you can see, the crowd there Oh, there's fan club waiting for those important autographs. Gavari is getting his head now pulled in the Ouchigari, hooking in for the Uchimata. He's on the edge. He's working it. Goodness, well, he's very agile, that's all I can say. The crowd off their chairs, all hopping for him, I think, on that one. Ebenuma showing the class that he is, the quality of judo that he can produce. And no surprise.
It's 8 years since they fought.
8 years. And it most probably felt like yesterday. But here we have, that was a consistent move. The Cianagi followed it through, kept driving.
It stops there.
It stops,
Yeah.
but he just persevered to
Yeah.
look for the Niwaza, but when he went over the back, just lost a little bit of control there. Ungvari, very good in the Niwaza as well. He's very competent down there, so he won't have been phased too much. In fact, most probably could have been quite threatening if he had that opportunity in the Niwaza.
He beat him when they fought in Moscow at the Grand Slam back in 2010. So it's been a long time coming, the chance for revenge for Ebenuma, but here it is.
And what weight category was that?
That was at 66. They were both at 66 at the time. Mickey moved up before Ebenuma did. He moved up to 73 before. Oh, Koshiguruma attempt there from Ebenuma.
He did it once before. Again, the head got slipped out. Didn't actually have that control. It fell forward. Well, this is when Gavari is good. His Niwaza is nice, but he's not letting up. He's in there once more.
Absolutely.
And to right. Well, he's definitely, the Hungarian is performing out here today. He's definitely pleasing this crowd. And what a fairy tale finish it would be for him, wouldn't it, really, on home soil against a phenomenal athlete.
Yeah. If Ungvari doesn't get thrown, then the force is with him.
The force is with him.
Yeah.
A bit of Star Wars out there, definitely.
Analogy, why not? Yeah. And then the only other thing that I think that could do for him is the penalties. Yeah.
So that's second. So, but Ungvari has been in this position, so has Ebenuma. It wouldn't have been a surprise if Ebenuma was in the same
with two
Shidos. We've seen that quite a few. Well,
twice today. Yeah.
Twice today.
Quite right.
Cianagi. Oh, he's threatened that a few times.
Oh, counter! That's a counter! That is a counter.
Definitely.
Yep.
That was counted. It was controlled.
It's on
and he smashed
absolutely.
him down.
It's on the other side from the referee, so we're going to give him that because he doesn't see it. But that is a counter.
Definitely. There he slams him down. The
with
arms,
both hands
the
on him.
He rotated. He knew exactly where he was, and he gets it. Well done.
Yeah.
That's an amazing achievement. Amazing. Fairy tale.
There are a lot of judo people in here. There are a lot of judo people in there, not just because they're Hungarian, but there were a lot of people screaming when they saw the replay.
Definitely.
First of all,
that was amazing. That was just shows you the awareness that he had as he went over. He knew exactly where he was and what he was trying to achieve, and he slam dunked him for Ippon.
You could hear it when they were live, and you could say, okay, that was partisan, but they were Hungarian. Then when there was the pause and you were waiting for the big screen, you could see people were showing the action. They knew that was an action, and he took it over.
Well, that is a fairy tale finish for the Hungarians today. And that was a bit of a sigh of relief there.
That was a mountain. He climbed it. He knows it as well. He knows that was a tough fight. You know, you're fighting someone who he's in the book. You know, Ebenuma's in there. So this is a tough one. And at home, as Loretta was saying, what a thing. Bronze medal from his teammate on the way out. That greeted him. All the crowd were waiting for him. Huge thing, 2 penalties down.
And he still kept coming at him. And here you have that very technique. He started to drive. He come up onto his knees. He rotated back and slammed him into the mat. Beautifully executed and in so much control. He knew.
Yep.
And this is where the new rules play a really important part in judo.
And Ebenuma's smiling.
He can't believe it.
He knew on his way up. On the way up, he knows.
The emphasis he made to try and get him into the ground, he slammed himself, he accelerated that movement. But this is where the new with this ruling comes in, that as they're coming up, they can still be thrown.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have happened before.
That's right.
That would have just been a transition into Niwaza. And that face just tells it all.
Wow. let's settle down and have the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 63 kilo category.
Well, Anthony's here standing at the side as well.
He can't wait to get back in.
He's sweating under the collar and his hands is all like, he can't believe it.
The medals are going to be presented by the president of the European Judo Union and vice president of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Sergei Soloveichik. And the first of the bronze medals goes to Andrea Leszki of Slovenia. There's a bronze medal too for Agata Ozdobobwa of Poland, and the silver medal goes to Martina Trajdos of Germany. The gold medal goes to Noichi Aimi of Japan. Well, you said there was going to be excitement this afternoon, and after that,
fireworks on that one.
After that minor hiccup with the lights at the beginning, it's been all fireworks since then. Now the national anthem of Japan. There's the winning quartet, Leszki and Ozdobobwa, the bronze medalist. Trajdos took the silver. It was Luigi who took the gold medal. Right, we've got the under 70 kilo category medals coming up now. The first of the bronze medals features Anna Bernholm of Sweden. She's going to be up against Kalita Zupancic of Canada. It'll be Bernholm in the white judogi, Zupancic in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Roberta Curlia of Italy. And with commentary on this one here is Anthony Corelli and Loretta Cusack-Dor.
Here you have it, Bernholm in the white representing Sweden, and Supanic representing Canada. Roberta Chiarelia of Italy is the referee here on this bronze medal match. Well, that was a little bit exciting on that final. Have you calmed down?
Yeah, I actually had the camera, but when I saw the throw, because I wanted to watch it live, I turned the camera on, and when the referee signaled Ippon, I got the reaction of the crowd, so awesome.
Well, this is a young lady, Supanic, that we're just seeing on screen now, that's had a brilliant performance, hasn't she?
Yeah, she is something special in judo. She reminds me of Kate Hudson, you know the actress Kate Hudson?
Yes.
But like obviously a lot
just
stronger.
A lot physical. She lost to Sanne van Dijk of the Netherlands to get into the final, but here battles away now for that bronze medal up against the number 1 seed of the day, which was Anna Bernholm of Sweden.
I think she doesn't want to play any games here. I think she wants to end this quick and go home with the medal counter. Oh gosh.
Oh.
You got to be careful when it's the same-handed people for a sloppy attack. If you're not completely committed with your body leaning forward, you can get count. We practice that. We drill that at practice. Here she goes for that
the
triangle.
Sangaku, the Sangaku turn there.
Really
Straight.
popular today.
It is. It's very popular because there's a lot of options you can go for.
Like she's
You
going
can
for
have
the
the
arm.
Sangaku Jimmy, and you can have the hold down as well from there. So there's various options if you can get connected, and it is difficult. Plus, you can go from falling from one direction to the next, from left to right, or even directly over the top with it. So, but you have to be very flexible. There's no doubt about it. You have to have good, flexible movement.
When I
Can't
was
have
a
any
junior,
dodginess.
I was competing at the senior nationals, and I didn't even know of this technique. And somebody got me in it. I was expecting mate, and it was Ippon.
Well, we had quite a few in Great Britain that were very strong in the Sangaku Jimmy. Gareth Brown being one of them. Won an Olympic medal for doing it, and he could come from every angle. He was a master at the Sangaku Jimmy. Very, very good.
I remember when I was 16, we had a whole seminar based on Sankaku and from everywhere. The front, the back, on top, underneath,
Yes.
side.
Oh, there's so many variations of it. It's a great technique. Well, you've got a brilliant hold there, as you can see, the gripping
That
style
grip.
of Supanic. She draws in from the high collar, the elbows tucked in very nicely, bracing down as she bends the knees slightly, giving her that softer movement that she can vary her from left to right.
And that even wears, if nothing comes out of that particular moment, it wears down your opponent for sure.
Well, it looks very positive, and it looks like she can change, and it makes obviously Bernholm look very uncomfortable and untidy as well. As you can see, she's
she is
really
again.
struggling with that grip.
Yeah.
She's hooking in for the Ouchigari, but she falls on her face because she's really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
To avoid the situation, to avoid the grip, she then goes down to ground. And Supanic is there comfortable in the Niwaza.
Yeah, and when you start the technique in a not a favorable position, it's not most likely not going to end well. Here she goes again.
Yeah, she's tying up that arm this time, which gives her a better opportunity to be much more flexible in what she's trying to go, whether it's the hold down.
She's going to get that foot out now. Let's see.
She needs to tie the head up. She hasn't done that as yet, so a lot of effort's going into concentrating on the leg, but she really needs to tidy up the upper part of the body first.
She should be careful she doesn't get both legs. Although that's sufficient right there, Mate. Which is looking good. Minute 20 left.
Well, she's looking stronger out here at this moment. Supanic obviously is taking full control and the pace of this contest right now, right from the beginning, and Bernholm really hasn't actually settled in to this contest as yet. She
Well,
gets the lapel, throws the arm over. She's now got a better grip, but as you can see,
Whoa.
Supanic with that left hand high on there controls nicely. And once more tries to travel around her opponent in the Niwaza. She's got the hands on the belt trying to get past those legs.
She's content to stand up. Not time to slow down yet, ladies. Here we go. Minute to go. No score.
Two Shitos to Supanic, and that's where she's got to be very careful. She can't afford to
Yeah.
make any mistakes. It could forfeit that medal. Bernholm really just making sure she doesn't make him, but I think she's going to try tactically. She hasn't been anywhere close to being able to score, whether it's been in Niwaza or the Tachiwaza. So tactically, is she trying to just make sure that Supanic goes for that third and final Shido, making her, closing it down, making her look passive. She might make herself look passive as well, but she can afford to take one Shido if it's 50-50.
Yeah, if you're both going to get one, absolutely. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad tactic to slow it down and try and get both, each get one. 9 seconds. It looks like they're going to be content to go into golden score here.
Well, it's been a bit of a tough match, considering that Supanic was, for me, looks the stronger of the grouping. Finds herself in a really vulnerable situation now, going into this golden score. It doesn't reflect of what we've actually been seeing between the pair of them.
Yeah, it looks like she was outclassing Bernholm, but
Definitely,
there's no score. So
there's no score, but there is those two Shidos. Sutemi was her attempt. Sumigeshi Ploy to get down into the ground.
Let's use this now. That's a good position to start with.
Supanic, yes, she's clever down there. She's had two really strong opportunities there. Sadly, it didn't pay off, but look at those legs again, tied up around the head. The Sangaku.
That looks pretty tight right there.
That's tight. She's got that foot right behind the knee. Now she rotates her opponent over. She's getting the Osakomi. That's what I think she's looking for right now.
Oh, she just has to. There it is.
She's got, and there it is.
It's funny because Bernholm's now she's on her back. Okay, that's a horrible position to be in. Her arm is also tucked behind the knee, so she really has one arm there.
When you look at it, it's the twist on the knee as well. You can't really bridge so much when that the ankle is pulled back on yourself.
Oh my gosh, that's a horrible position. It looks like she's good. That's it. There she goes. Bronze medal.
Yeah,
Kalita Zupanzik from not only Canada but Ontario.
And Bernholm from Sweden takes another medal, and she's a consistent athlete, but she takes a 5th place this time. It's not on the podium where she wanted to be, but still a good placing in this tournament when you're defeated. 38 athletes were participating, so it's not a bad day's job.
That has to be quite the relief for her to get back on the podium.
Oh, definitely. Well, it's a long way to come, isn't it, to go home without a medal. And she looks pretty relieved with herself there, doesn't she?
Yeah, she sure does. Good for her. Look at that face. She's determined.
That's definitely a fighting face, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, it was judo fighters, and then we became judo players. But I don't know. I like being a fighter. Yeah, I'm a fighter.
Well, players.
If they were judo lovers, I'd be a judo lover, but instead of a judo fighter. But I guess I love judo.
I suppose that sort of fight makes it much more aggressive, but you can't say that isn't aggressive out there.
Yeah.
There was a real aggressive approach to that contest there, no doubt about it.
And that hold down
I
looked
wouldn't
very
say that
violent.
they were playing.
They were not playing.
As usual, it's always a great to have Antonio there, given his valuable input there in Canadian judo. And the Canadians are doing well.
We come to the next of the bronze medal matches, and this features Asma Niang of Morocco. She's up against Sally Conway of Great Britain. It'll be Niang in the white judogi, Conway in blue.
So there you have Niang medaling a couple of weeks ago in Zagreb. Very strong face, and also another medalist from Zagreb, an Olympic bronze medalist and European silver medalist Sally Conway, who was tipped for a medal here. Both of these ladies tipped for a medal, and only one of them will be able to walk away with that prestigious bronze medal. And this is going to be a very tough match indeed.
And the referee in the middle for this one is Roberto Correa of Chile. Here we go. Yeah, it's nice to have Anthony Corelli along. He's going to be back here tomorrow with us. See how many Canadians get involved tomorrow.
Well, Niang was defeated by Supanic, who went on to winning the last bronze medal that we've just seen. Conway got defeated in the semi-final against Nizoe of Japan, and that was a quick exit out of the semi-final. Niang has had some good performances in the previous competitions that we've seen her, and just seems to ooze confidence every time we see her. She's a very, very strong, determined athlete, quite an aggressive approach in her judo, and every contest she comes out with. Sally, on the other hand, today's not been firing on all cylinders as far as I'm concerned. She had a very close call in the second round. She had to buy the first, but in the second round was a very tough match that she was challenged. Now she comes into the Niwaza there, and Sally Conway works very well into the ground. She's won a few of her matches today in the Niwaza. As well, Nian, very, very strong indeed. Not an easy task to try and turn someone like this young lady over. So Conway's going to be matched as far as power is concerned, because both of them are very, very powerful athletes.
She's also very unorthodox, Asma Niang, and she brings in a few, outside things to the contest. She's got a bit of a personality, and she can be, animated on the tatami as well.
Very serious.
That can be a little bit unsettling for some people.
But the Niwaza paid off once more for Conway, and that's where she has had a lot of success today, and in the previous competition, which was in Zagreb, where she picked up a bronze medal there.
Now, the first time that they went to the ground, I think, because I was indicating off camera, no, leave that. You want her in the middle for those Niwaza exchanges. She's perfectly happy to play around on the edge and then take a roll, and she's strong there, but not in the middle. Couldn't get away from that one.
So Conway takes the second bronze medal for Great Britain, along with Supanic of Canada. Now we're coming up to the final of the under-70s.
We'll have some highlights from this one, and then, as Loretta says, we'll be back with the final of the under 70 kilo category. Former British international and former British coach up there in the stand, just congratulating Sally Conway. That was Billy Cusack.
I know him very well.
Say no more. Right, let's just concentrate on the highlights then, yeah?
Yep. Well, there you have it, those highlights. She wanted her down in the Niwaza, but she wanted her in the centre, like Sheldon was saying. No good being at the edge, because she could have rolled out Mate's situation, but there the arm lock was on, and she's had a lot of success with that particular arm lock, and very dangerous when she exchanges in ground.
Look at the defence.
She really stretched her out, broke the defences of Niang. There was no answer to that.
For me, there wasn't much of a defence. Her defence is to make sure she doesn't get caught in the middle by Conway, and that's why on the previous occasion she rolled out. She wasn't that worried. She's got an escape route. Here, she has to defend against that. She hasn't got the defence to stop Sally Conway. Sally Conway is just too good on the ground for Asma Niang, as was shown in that clip. What a lovely smile, look.
She's got a brilliant smile, hasn't she? Such a lovely lady.
Right, we've got the final now of the under 70 kilo category. Nizoi Saki of Japan faces Sanne van Dijk of the Netherlands. It's Nizoi in the white judogi, Van Dijk in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Nedim Beyat of Turkey.
Well, both these athletes have had a good performance all the way, as you can see. Conway and Bernholm, she's defeated. It's been an endless journey for Nizoi, but she has been outstanding, and she, as you can see her, very composed as she walks into the arena. Following behind her is Sanne van Dijk, and she's battled away in that face of determination. She's really up for this gold medal. Her journey, beating Supanic in the semi-final. Gershek of Hungary in the quarter-final, and Emily Suk of Denmark.
And we spoke about Emily Suk this morning.
Well, Emily Suk is a good little athlete, isn't she? And she defeated her very well in the earlier stage. And so the number 2 seed, Sanne van Dijk, puts herself in a gold or silver position.
We've got a slightly longer shot for you at the moment, but I wouldn't be too concerned. They had a couple of little slips earlier on today. Oh, that was lovely.
Oh, beautifully done. Well, what we've seen with earlier on where Nizoi defeated Sally Conway was very, very similar in match, wasn't it? Straight out off. It's difficult to see there if they're going to give it the Ippon, or was it, well, it's Ippon given. Very similar match to when she defeated Sally Conway in the semi-final, straight off the grips, and banged her opponent over with absolute class.
That is a powerful thrower, Nizoi. I mean, I'm not sure whether they're going to go for a couple of lightweights at the World Championships, the Japanese, or whether they're going to take a risk of sending another fighter at 70 and hoping that they will pick up the gold medals by just sending one in the two of the lighter weights at 48 or 52 as they have before. But Nizoi may be a good, foil for Arai Shizuru.
Yes.
You may need to have a second person in there to give you a more of a chance of picking up a gold medal. The Japanese are going to want to take as many gold medals as possible, and that was a really, really good performance from her all day.
Definitely. She was an absolute class act.
Well, I think we've got an awarding ceremony coming up next anyway. That'll be in the under 73 kilo category. The crowd are going to go mental, aren't they?
The national anthem of Hungary.
And they're going to have two flags up there.
That's it.
I have never made it any secret that my favourite national anthem is the Hungarian national anthem, so it's out there.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's a lovely piece of music.
I must admit, what's the one that I really like? I do like the French national anthem. I do. It's so proud sounding, isn't it?
Yeah, there's something slightly melancholy about almost sad about the Hungarian national anthem. You're going to hear it in a couple of seconds anyway.
I don't know, the lights have all gone out. I don't know whether we've got a power cut or not, but...
I think they're trying to reset things and get them back on track.
Because one of our cameras didn't actually zoom in on the contest for us, but it was short and sweet, and that's what we knew, and it was a nice finish.
I have to say that in the whole history of the IJF Judo World Tour, wherever we've been, this is the very first time that I can remember any issues along these lines. So our sincere apologies for those of you watching at home. I hope it's not disturbing your enjoyment of the event too much. It gives us a chance to tell you about upcoming events on the Judo World Tour. We're going to be going out to Cancun in Mexico again. So we're looking forward to that. Jose Rodriguez, the CEO of the USA Judo, was out there assisting in the promotion. I know he's involved in the Pan American Judo Union, that region, that confederation. So they're looking forward to staging another Grand Prix out there. It was well done last time. It gives an opportunity for the fighters or players. I like judoka. That covers the word, doesn't it?
Yes.
For the judoka in that area, to get fully involved. It shouldn't be that long before we get back underway. Some of the crowd are enjoying themselves by lighting up their mobile phones. I've only ever seen this at concerts.
I know.
So
That's true. It actually looks quite impressive, doesn't it? Well, celebrations are already starting, because coming up is the national anthem and Ungvari taking the gold medal in the under 73s, and this is what they're all waiting for. The mascot shaking his hands up. He's encouraging the celebrations to already commence.
well, they picked up a medal yesterday with Karakash Hedvig. It was Szabo who kicked things off today in the same weight category, the 73 kilo category, and that, we were talking about whether that inspired Miki Ungvari on the way in. I guess it did, but he also gave away a little bit in his celebration when he had that kind of air of relief on his face. He was like,
oh yeah, he was like,
that was close.
There was a sort of a draw of breath and an exhale, wasn't it?
I'm glad that one's out of the way.
They'll tick that box.
Anthony Corelli will be with us again tomorrow. He's been dropping in particular with some of the Canadian fighters. He's not here just for that, but we thought we'd give him a run out with people that he's more accustomed to seeing. Right, so we've got the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 73 kilo category. They're lined up and ready to come in, but we've still got a few of the cameras flashing and the lights glaring up. They're having a bit of a party, aren't they?
Well, they've got something to celebrate, haven't they? And there's the mascot giving it his all.
I think the mascot must have been in the back of house where the athletes are warming up, because they all appear very relaxed with the mascot. I think it was Charlene Van Snick yesterday in the under 52 kilo category. She gave him a bit of punch to the ribs, a playful punch, and then it was Andrea Leshki that threatened to throw him earlier on. It's a very, very well-natured
I'm waiting for
event.
I'm waiting for one of the athletes to
Get hold of him, throw him on the mat.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Well, wherever it is that you are watching, I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. We're having quite a time of it here in
It's amazing.
Budapest.
Yeah, it's an amazing arena here, and it's got a lovely atmosphere. And
This-
there is breakdancing now.
This was the venue for last year's World Championships, and
Yes.
yesterday we had one of the athletes who took a silver medal in those championships, Tsunoda, in the under 52 kilo
Yes.
category. She took the gold yesterday, and we were chatting with a couple of the athletes about their experiences both at the Grand Prix, at the Grand Slam here, and at the World Championships, and they said that they'd been given the same kind of presentation. They really,
Yes.
the Hungarians have put on a really good show. Yeah, the other weight category that we've got to bring to you after the medal presentation is the under 81. So I suppose we could preview that. Really, the first of the bronze medals there will feature Sagi Muki. He's up against Sami Chuchi, and during the break we were having a bit of a giggle about Muki Chuchi.
Chuchi.
Yeah, it sounds like a comedy duo. Yeah, Muki and Chuchi.
Yeah, It's like Tom and Jerry, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they're going to be going head to head. Then it's Robin Patrick of Sweden. He'll be up against Frank de Witt of the Netherlands. And one of my colleagues was saying that they sounded rather like an upmarket estate agent in Kensington, Patrick and de Witt.
Patrick and de Witt.
They're up in the second of the bronze medal contest, but the final will be Kohara Kenya. He's up against Alan Kubetsov of Russia.
Well, that's going to be a really interesting match, quite an exciting one.
Well, we are, I think, about 4, maybe 5 weeks maximum away from the World Championships. They will be held in Baku, Azerbaijan. We could give you the date for that, but that will be in about 5 weeks' time. That promises to be the biggest event in quite a while, because it's during the Olympic qualification period now. Yes. So these World Championships, the whole focus of everyone is going to be there. Huge points available for there.
Our colleague with his head popping up on the screen.
He can't be blamed for that. He was unaware of that. But it's party time in the stands. They're still having a good time.
And the kids are having a great time. Look at them.
Yeah, those World Championships will also feature the Mixed World Team Championship. So that
I just
looks
love
like
a team championships. I really do, and I think that'll be very exciting.
And I have to say that having been out we went to Ekaterinburg, the Europeans, not a run out or a practice, but they kind of, led the way in that practice. And they had the European Team Championships in Ekaterinburg. It was Russia who went in there as hosts, as the favourites, but they came unstuck in the semi-final, losing out to Germany. Germany went on to defeat the Netherlands in that final, and it was just as exciting as anything else. It really was a terrific event.
These kids are having a ball, absolute ball out there.
Right, let me give you a rundown of the medal table as it stands at the moment. Japan have taken 6 gold medals to date. There's been 1 for Hungary and 1 for Brazil. That's the current state of things.
The breakdown there for women and men. So you've got... Four for the women.
And the remaining 2 for the men, the 2 for the men.
And they've still got a chance for another gold medal.
They were both from yesterday, Nagayama Ryuju and Tagawa Kenzo. Today, we'll have to see what happens in the under 81 kilo category. Kohara Kenya can still make it for the Japanese.
Say well done to that mascot. He must be absolutely roasting.
He's giving it a good go, isn't it? Judo gi or judo guy? I don't know. Judo gi.
Judogi?
Judogi? Judogi.
Judogi.
Judogi, I think it is. Yeah.
Well, she's giving it loudy out there. She's really having a great time.
It's nice when the hosts are able to take a medal, especially on the opening day. Okay, they missed out yesterday. Karakash Edvig gave them something to shout about. She took a bronze medal in the under 57 kilo category, but today they really nailed it. Not only did Szabo come up with a bronze medal, but you've got Miki Ungvari Miklos waiting to come to take or to be presented with the gold medal in the under 73 kilo category. It was a terrific final with Ebinuma Masashi, the Japanese.
Oh, that was an amazing result for Hungary, there's no doubt about it, and the excitement is still to come, where he stands on the top stage of that podium and the national anthem.
We're talking about host nations, and right, okay, we're here in Hungary. They've been able to put in, large numbers in each weight category. When we come to tomorrow, we should see some of their, the bigger favourites. Szerének's Miklos in the under 100 kilo category. Let's look at Szerének.
Yeah, he's got to be a favourite, hasn't he?
Well, I think he's going to be the number 3 seed. Yeah, he's the number 3 seed. And let's just take a look at who's down there in his pool. Daniel Herbst, Aaron Farah from Austria, Benjamin Fletcher from Ireland, Nikita Zvirid from Belarus, and then you've got the other brother here. You've got Martin Patrick, and then the youngster making his way up in the United States of America, L.A. Smith III. So
that's unknown, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
Smith III.
Well, Dad is in there. Then you've got Wolf Aaron from Japan. He's in the pool above. That should prove pretty tough. Toma Nikiforov from Belgium.
Chance, but that's in the same pool, so there's only one that's going to come right through to the...
And then in the top half, Georges Fonseca, the powerful throw, and Anthony Corelli was talking about, doing the medal presentations and standing next to him. Peter Palchik of Israel, Laurin Burla of Austria, Yevgeny Sporodavka, who's been around for a while. You never know what he may be able to come up with. And then in the top of the draw, the number 1 seed, everyone's favourite, Mr. Nice Guy, Valam Lipatiliani of Georgia.
It's Frey, Carl Richard Frey from Germany. He's
absolutely
had some
super
performances.
fighter.
He's had some great performances throughout this world circuit. So it'd be interesting to see how he performs as well.
Yeah, I like Carl Richard Frey. He's one of the the better fighters in the weight category to look at. And then also up there is the Russian Niaz Bilalov. Super strong fighter. So it's a good field. Yeah, good field.
It's definitely a good field. There's some good athletes participating in women.
We've got the plus 78 kilo category. Shalanki Evelyn for Hungary is in the top half of the draw. Now the Hungarians previously had one of the top fighters in the world in Yo Abigail, but she's retired now, so we're not seeing her any longer. Former world champion down there, 2009 world champion Marginte Verkerk of the Netherlands, with the fast improving Anna Maria Wagner.
She's doing really well, isn't she?
And it really is a toss-up now between who they go for. The Germans. She's closing in so quickly on Luisa Malzahn, who had previously, really won that she had that weight category. Katie Jemima Yates Brown still yet to make a mark in her new weight category, 78 kilos. Very difficult to ask so much of a young fighter coming back from serious injury to step up a weight and then perform right away.
I don't know if it's going to be a permanent move up, but just got to wait and see. Malzen there you have from Germany as well, another strong athlete, Stenhuis of the Netherlands. Again, that's a strong field, isn't it?
Yeah. The Cuban.
Antomachi.
Antomachi. Umeki Mami in there as well. But my favourite is Loriana Kuka of Kosovo, the fast improving young Kosovan who's moved over from Switzerland. She was in Switzerland before. Yeah, and she's the perfect height, size and shape for that weight category.
Definitely.
Because she's so young. What you're really looking at is the possibility that this is preparation not just for this cycle. She's already, earmarked for Paris in 2024, far less Tokyo 2020.
I'm not surprised. She has definitely got fantastic potential, hasn't she?
Right, it looks as though we are about to get underway with the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 73 kilo category. Sorry about that delay, but here we are. former president of Hungary, and an IOC member is making the presentations. And the medals go, bronze medals go first of all to Jabo Frijes of Hungary. And there's a bronze medal for Arthur Margelidon of Canada.
Great performance from that young man, isn't it?
Silver medal goes to Ebinuma Masashi of Japan. And a gold medal goes to Ungvari Miklos of Hungary. Prize money and gifts are being presented by the president of the Hungarian Judo Association and general treasurer of the European Judo Union, Dr. Tóth László. He really has been an incredible servant for Hungarian judo and a real stalwart in the European Judo Union for a number of years. That is, you know, a judo administrator through and through. Dr. Tóth, been around for years, isn't he? Mickey takes his check, but along with that will go all the points for qualification. Just eases him into it. Yeah.
Very valuable points indeed.
And having spoken about it for so long, we are going to hear now the national anthem of Hungary. There you go. Well, I don't think there's anything that makes a home crowd happier than hearing their own national anthem played for a gold medal winning performance. It's different if there's an opening ceremony or something, but this was for a gold medal winning performance from Ungvari Miklos. Jabo and Margelidon were the bronze medalists. Ebinuma still manages a smile, and I think that's because they get along so well. 8 years in between the two contests, same result. And he's so respectful, and I think that Ebinuma is well aware of that. Okay, we come now to the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 81 kilo category. Sagi Muki of Israel faces Sami Chuchi of Belgium. It's Muki in the white judogi, Chuchi in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Frank Deutsch of Germany.
Well, this is going to be a little wink there.
Did he just wink at us?
Yes.
I think maybe it was just the eye.
I think it was for me.
Oh, there you go.
That was
It
a
definitely
wink
wasn't for me. So, here we go. Loretta, take it away.
Right, well, this is definitely certainly going to be a very interesting match here, Muki, as he strolls into the arena, looking quite comfortable out there, very confident indeed, if that body language says anything to us. Chi there, as you can see, with his coach, getting the last little bit of information and support from his coach with an aggressive high five.
That's what you call a hand slap.
Well, definitely.
Well, you know, if you're a coach and you get a slap like that from your fighter, you can't wince.
You can't just go, oh, that was sore. Well, Chi, European silver medalist this year.
He must be bruised.
Chi here as the European Championship silver medalist. Battling away here for a prestigious title. Well, a bit of a head-to-head gripping skills here, trying both to dominate.
It's a repeat.
Yes, this is a repeat of the European Championships final. And there, Muki obviously defeated Chi in that final. So very familiar stomping grounds for both of them as they battle away here for the gold medal.
It's interesting to think about who may have the more difficult task. Muki having, won the last time out, Chi looking at some revenge and thinking, I'm not going to let that happen to me again. And then take into consideration that when Muki won that, it was in Tel Aviv, with the whole crowd behind him. Yeah.
And like what we've seen with Ungavari there, just taking that win, it was that home crowd that really spurred him on. And obviously doesn't have that here in this event. So
maybe a little bit more balanced this time.
Muki, as you can see, desperately trying to get the high collar grip in this match. Chi just missing the grip, but just caught him accidentally on the elbow, which slightly put a lock on it. A bit of discomfort. And Chi, as you can see, with that left hand on the lapel, but leaves himself wide open for the Makikomi. Scoring a Wazari with a minute and a half remaining. So that gives him a good lead now. Changes the dynamics of this contest quite considerably and puts Muki in the lead once again. But there you have Chi working in the shimiwaza.
There's time. I'll keep going.
Looking for the Osakomi.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, he just lost the lapel grip. Oh, that could have been all over and done with. Oh, Soto Makikomi, beautifully executed, but left himself a little bit vulnerable on the ground, but sadly Chi really couldn't capitalize on it. Well, half a minute remaining in this contest, and it's looking like that bronze medal and the second time the win will go to Muki. Again, Sianagi attempt. Muki's once more piling a little bit more pressure and got a good strong controlling grip, but overstretched himself. Chuchi there for the Osotogari, left himself wide open for the counter, and Muki takes the bronze medal and a win again against his opponent from Belgium, Chuchi.
Yeah, they seem to be on friendly enough terms, don't they? Despite the fact that he stuffed him twice.
Stuffed him twice. I love the phrasal word. Stuffed him. In the Queen's English language.
Yeah.
He defeated him.
He was defeated. He's been defeated on 2 occasions now.
He was defeated. I love the stuffing bit though. Well, there you have it. Celebrations all round for the Israeli team. Once again, another string of successes that this team seem to produce over and over again.
Time for a few autograph signings. There'll be a couple of highlights and then we'll be back with the second of the bronze medal matches. Pointing of the finger saying, I've done it again. We've got the second of the bronze medal contests coming up now. Robin Pacek of Sweden faces Frank de Witt of the Netherlands. It will be Pacek in the white, judogi de Witt in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Artur Fando of Belarus. Here's Loretta. Well, on paper you would say that Frank de Witt has got to be the strong favourite for taking the second bronze medal home to the Netherlands. He came in as the #1 seed out of 59 judokas participating here today. But for Pacek, it's been a great day at the office for him. He's performed outstandingly and a well-deserving place here in this bronze medal match. Was defeated by Kubetsov, who finds himself in the final, and in the first round of the repechage, and defeated Russell of Germany. So both these athletes will battle away, but only one will take that bronze medal. Which one will it be? Well, just got to wait and see. De Witt only knows one way. All out. Forward. Forward. Forward, and but he was defeated in the semi-final by Kohara.
And that was a real battle there. And
what a flattening he took as well there.
Gosh, yeah.
But he was going for it,
He
as ever.
Exactly.
The one thing that you know about Frank de Witt is he's coming for you. He's looking for you. He's catchable. He's throwable. I've seen him
Yes.
go over loads of times, but only
It's all
when
or
he's
nothing,
going
isn't
for
it?
it. Yeah.
It really is all or nothing. He's someone that can throw big, but he can also be levelled himself, because he does leave himself a little bit vulnerable now.
He's
and
not
again.
flashy, but he's confident in his own abilities, and as a result of being confident, he goes forward.
Yes.
Sometimes he gets caught.
Nice change of direction there from Patrick. Frank de Witt, as you see, trying to throw that arm, get the collar grip, throws it over, but responded by Patrick with the Temiwaza, the Tomonagi. Dutch coach raising his hand there. I think he was highlighting the fact that when he did attack, he threw himself out of the contest area. And it threw himself down off the contest area there. So I think that Patrick will pick up a Shido for that action.
He's ailing something, foot maybe.
Yeah, or I think he's just waiting a bit time, maybe in case the referee might forget why he went down. But no chance. Patrick swinging on his opponent round, trying to go for the big Oguruma. Side skips. Sutemi was her attempt, but once again, timing was out a little bit on that one. High collar grip. Frank de Witt comes in. He's drawing his weight over there, and Sutemi Waza draws his opponent down into the Niwaza, looking for an opportunity down there. Patrick turning his back, really very little on offer. And a mate situation. Extremely good grips there, controlling each other quite nicely, but it's really down to who's gutsy enough to extend from having a good grip to following it through to a very strong attack. Frank de Witt standing upright, very strong indeed, and controlling his opponent as he went down into the Niwaza, making Patrick looking little passive out there and very vulnerable. Frank over the top there, once more taking the belt this time, and under extreme pressure, Patrick drops to his knees, and he will pick up a second Shido for that.
Second Shido on the board now.
Yeah,
for
1 minute,
Patrick.
yeah, 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining, and it's not the most comfortable position to be. Do it once more with the arm. Oh, what a change of direction! Well, we saw that a little bit earlier on. He did show that, but there was it done in class. Well, no arguments with that technique at all.
That was spectacular. Absolutely
Lovely change of
spectacular. Beautifully executed. You can't complain about that one.
No.
Came from, where did that come from? Absolutely nowhere. He was almost out on his feet.
There was a glimmer of that in the earlier minute. He says, I remembered that one. That just came from nowhere. No, he showed that within the first minute of the contest. And There was a hint that he was capable of doing that, but he never showed it until that last minute there. How really dangerous it was.
That was a piece of pure magic. Absolutely great touch. A little switch there.
It was a switch. He actually went to attack the other leg and then switched it. Come on.
Come on.
You've got to say you love that. So as you can see, he went for the Osotogari. He showed the Osotogari and switched it. Beautifully done.
The little movement that he gave to show the Osotogari doesn't change De Witt's movement. You know, to be fair, he doesn't change. He's going in that direction. He just keeps going there.
It's the powerful right arm that was on that shoulder that changed De Witt's actions.
He just stops him,
Yeah.
and he's then right in the position to execute that throw. Just slows De Witt down. Really well done.
It was a very sharp, explosive action.
We come now to the final of the under 81 kilo category. Kohara Kenya of Japan faces Alan Kubetsov of Russia. It'll be Kohara in the white judogi, Kubetsov in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is John Ramekes of the Netherlands. Here's Loretta again.
Well, this is definitely a final I've been looking forward to. Both these athletes exceptionally wonderful performances from both of them, showing some brilliant judo. But only one can take the prestigious title of the Grand Prix champion. Kohara, for me, it has been outstanding throughout. But the number 2 seed, Kubetsov, you cannot write this man off. A couple of times challenged throughout his journey up to this final, but kept composed, and his experience oozed out him at the end. Both looking to exchange with the first grip. Kohara trying to throw that arm over the top. Kubetsov controlling the sleeves quite nicely there. As you can see, well, they're both controlling a sleeve at this particular moment. But Kohara has a wonderful Seoinage that really, well, I thought that was one each, really, because they both had that grip. But they've given it to Kohara.
Right at the end, I thought that Kohara was just hanging on to his for a little bit too long. Kubetsov had hung on, changed the grip.
Right.
Moved it here,
Yes.
changed the grip. Moved it here, whereas Kohara had the same grip.
Yeah. Now, we've seen in the earlier stages Kohara with that one sleeve grip. He actually is quite comfortable with the Seoinage, but using his opponent controlling his sleeve but taking it with him, and he sort of crosses the arms over, and he's really, really good with that. Well, you could hear a pin drop in this arena. Everyone anticipating. Oh!
That was close.
That was really close.
It looked for a minute as though he had gone.
He was up in the air. I thought that was it, all over and done with.
Kohara managing to get one
Well,
arm down
he
on the
just
tatami. Have a look at this.
managed to rescue himself. The hand, the elbow braced the
And a bit of
fall.
a turn again. He's turned twice today. Once in the preliminaries and once here.
Oh.
And he gets an arm down.
There was a Sodi there from Kubetsov. Well, Tominagi.
Looking dangerous, Kubetsov.
Well, he is. He's very, very sharp in this final. There's no doubt about it. He's come out with some determination. Kohara really hasn't had an opportunity to really settle in. Looks a little bit apprehensive. The high collar grip draws Kohara's head down, making him look pretty passive out there. But Kosota! Oh, so close. Kubetsov just had a bit of a spin on that to avoid the deepness of that Kosota. Just spun out there. Oh, Kubetsov really did well to get out of that.
Both fighters have had a scare then with a threat from their opponents.
I just cannot believe how quiet this stadium is of anticipation. I think everybody here is expecting the big throw with 1 minute and 13 seconds to go. Only 2 Shidos, and that is to Kohara. He's really not having a good day in the office at this final. But there's the... oh, well, do you know what? It's sad to see the last match of the day go with 3 penalties and a Hansokimaki, which is very unusual for the Japanese because they normally are very much more engaging. But on this occasion, Kubetsov played a very strong performance and good, outgripped Kohara.
I don't see anything wrong with what that referee's just done. Kohara manoeuvred Kubetsov to the mat edge. Great. Now what do you want? You want a reaction from him.
You want him to attack.
You know? And he moved him left, right, back, forward. What could Kubetsov do?
Well,
Anyway, they've decided against that.
They've taken the Shido off. Well, that's...
we just have to wait to tidy the scoreboard up.
Well, I'm glad they have in a way, because you want to see the last match of the day of what's been a superb day of judo to go out with a big throw. And both of these athletes are capable of throwing big. And we've all been sitting on the edge of our seats waiting for that big moment. And that was just a bit of a flatness, wasn't it?
It's not the way that we want to end it. But
well, maybe this is a bit of a wake-up call for Kohara. He knows that he really has to give it all or nothing now. Whether he gets thrown for big by making a mistake or whether he can accelerate and show the quality of judo he's capable of doing.
For me, he flirted unnecessarily with the mat edge.
Yes.
What was he doing, trying to play on the mat edge with Kubetsov? And the referee said, okay, I'm going to leave it for a while. If you come up with a technique, having put him there, we'll let it continue. But he didn't.
Yeah, well, there's Kohara with 2 very strong attacks already. This is maybe the bit of a wake-up call he really needed to sort of say, look, you've almost lost that gold medal. Now start working on it. And a nice movement.
Oh, yeah, that was close. He just lost contact with the hand. He would have gone over there.
Didn't have the grip there. Had the turn, it was very, very nice. Had the lift, but couldn't finish it. Kohara really needs to just accelerate there. It's all or nothing. Get the high grip, come in. He is capable of throwing off the one hand. And we've seen that in previous matches. And there he's trying to get the head down now. He's working. He's using his feet, stepping across the kochis, kosotas, the osotagaris. Oh, a nice exchange there. A real good comeback from Kubetsov, who's looking a little bit worse for wear now. He's starting to flag slightly. So now we're into the golden score. Can we see the finale we're looking for? That big throw. They've been flirting with it, there's no doubt about it. It's been very close. Both very capable of throwing and throwing big. But it's who's gutsy enough to just put it forward. Kohara coming in with the Tomonaki. Oh, good awareness there from Kubetsov, spinning off.
Kubetsov remains penalty free.
Well, yeah.
into the golden score period, always a good thing for a fighter. Go into the golden score period without a penalty, and your opponent's got 2.
And as someone as strong as Kubetsov can control quite nicely with the kumikata. Kohara desperately trying to get the arm over, but as you can see, the sleeve's been controlled nicely there by Kubetsov, who really wasn't. Oh, that was a very poor attack there, and I think possibly Ashido found himself in a little bit of trouble on the edge there, and rather than be caught for a throw, decided to drop to the ground, and there you have it, the first Shido being awarded now to Kubetsov. Kohara piling the pressure on once more, really needs to trying desperately to get rid of that grip. Steps across for the Osotogari off the one side. Trying to coming in with a Seanagi, very close indeed, comes under his opponent nicely, breaks the balance, sadly didn't get the spin on it that he wanted at the end. Second Shido now to Kubetsov, really both of them now in a lot of trouble. So Kubetsov, as you can see with that left hand the collar totally dismissed now by Kohara, who uses his feet to try and break up his opponent's balance. It's a bit of a 50-50 here, as she was as from both looking a bit. Harai Makakomi breaking the fall down into the Niwaza. Kohara attacked the supporting leg.
I can see what Kohara's tactic is. He's to get Kubetsov to the mat edge, where he forces Kubetsov to attack from a weak position, from which Kohara then comes up with a counter. It's so unlike the Japanese.
Well, Kohara there. And yes! Oh, that was so close. Kohara was trying to pile on the pressure, pushing him towards the edge of the mat, overextended himself and nearly landed himself in hot water there with the score. It was so close.
Yep, see ya.
Oh, nice.
That's
it. Wonderful finish. Kubetsov takes the gold medal. 2 minutes and 27 seconds in golden score. These men have battled away for 6.5 minutes.
Kohara wanted to claim some kind of control over that.
No,
I just can't. I like to see where the thinking of the athlete is. What part of that did he think that he controlled?
No,
anyway,
none at all.
As soon as he got into that position, you knew that it wasn't going to be the big throw, but he was going to fall, taking his opponent with him. Kubetsov had got himself in the position where all he had to do after that was fall. He had enough. It wasn't the most attractive. However, he had the most dangerous of the attacks, Kubetsov.
He had actually scored with that in the previous rounds. That very same
There's
technique.
another look. Yeah.
And I think it was in the. I'll tell you where it was. I think it was in with Pacek.
He knows if he rolls that way, he's going to roll on top of him. There you go.
He just accelerated it, didn't he? By taking him back that way. And he had a good awareness. He spun in the right direction.
It's the old Anthony Corelli Kiai move. Yeah, right. Right. Right, we've got the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 70 kilo category coming up now. bronze medals go first of all to Sally Conway of Great Britain and to Kenita Zupancic of Canada. That was classic. That was classic. The silver medal goes to Sarah van Dijk of the Netherlands.
She's smiling to herself as if to say, whoops, keep my hands behind my back
And
now.
the gold medal goes to Nizoi Saki of Japan. I've seen a few funny things this weekend. That's got to be the second or first of them. The headbutt yesterday
I know that was
from the Belgian and the Japanese in the 52 kilo category, but this was
That
terrible.
was
And she gets a handshake there. There you go. She gets one.
and Conway at the side grinning from ear to ear was killing herself laughing. She thought that was hysterical.
Right, well, as far as the medal table is concerned, Japan topped the medal table with 6. Russia has taken a gold, Hungary gold, and Brazil a gold medal. We're going to be back tomorrow with more action from 9:30 on day 3 of the Budapest Grand Prix. But from Loretta Cusat-Doyle, Anthony Corelli and myself, it's bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much. Now, family picture. We will make this and Judo Grand-Prix. Dear friends, we're waiting for the last awarding ceremony, so please once again stay till the end of the competition. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
Hölgyeim és uraim, hamarosan elkezdjük utolsó éremálkodási ceremóniánkat. Köszönjük, hogy azon is velünk tartanak.
You can see the highlights of today's final block on the screen.
A mai nap érmes mérkőzéseinek legjobb pillanatait a kivetítőn nézhetjük vissza.
It's like premature end there. We're still with you because we've got the under 81 kilo category awarding ceremony to come. Right, we come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 81 kilo category. The medalists are lined up and ready to go, and so are we here. The first of the bronze medal goes to Robin Pacek of Sweden. There's a bronze medal for Sagi Muki of Israel. Silver medal goes to Kohara Kenya of Japan. The gold medal goes to Alan Kubetsov of Russia. And now we can give you a rundown of the medal table. No change from what we said before. 6 gold medals to the team from Japan. Russia have picked up a gold medal, as have Hungary and Brazil. And we will be back tomorrow at 9:30 with all the action from the third and final day of competition. It will be the heavyweights tomorrow, the light heavyweights and the heavyweights tomorrow. 5 weight categories to bring you 78 and plus 78 for women. It'll be the under 90 kilos, under 100 and the plus 100 kilo category for men. When we come back tomorrow, it'll be Anthony Corelli, Loretta Cusack-Doyle and myself, but we're going to leave you here in Hungary with the national anthem of Russia.
Thank you very much. The second picture with the ladies and Judo. Dear friends, this is the end of the second day of Budapest Grand-Prix 2018 Hungary. Once again, congratulations to all athletes, especially all the medalists. Dear friends, thank you very much for being with us. We will wait for you also tomorrow.